It is no secret that with LeBron James's excellence over the years, he's developed huge influence over what his supporting cast looks like. And during his time with the Lakers, we have seen the most obvious case of general manager LBJ in action. From gathering young talent to ship off to New Orleans for a star, to acquiring and letting go of a declining Russell Westbrook, the Lakers have made plenty of big and small moves that LeBron has significant influence on. So what does the Lakers' trade record look like in the 6 years LeBron has been in LA? Well, let's take a look back at every trade by the Lakers since LeGM joined in 2018. Welcome to SportsSphere. Let's get into it. The very first trade made by the Lakers after they signed LeBron was an odd one, trading for the rights to draft Isaac Bonga. At the time, Bonga was an interesting German prospect who was sent to the G League straight away. Bonga would play for the Lakers, making 22 appearances and eventually being part of the package used in another big trade. Not a bad trade by the Lakers, as they only had to give up a second-round pick. Midway through LeBron's first season, the Lakers wanted to add some support near the trade deadline. Their team consisted of a bunch of young, raw talent in Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, among others, generally struggling to shoot consistently. They decided Pistons forward Reggie Bullock could provide that help, sending Svi Mykhailiuk in the other direction. However, Bullock didn't really provide the help the Lakers were looking for. All of his numbers dropped after the trade, and Bullock signed with the Knicks in the summer. He couldn't stop the Lakers from missing the playoffs in that first season. At least LA didn't give up too much. Ukrainian prospect Mykhailiuk has bounced around the NBA and the G League since that trade. With perimeter and wing-heavy talent, the Lakers felt they needed more experienced big man help and brought in Mike Muscala from their crosstown rivals, the Clippers. And in return, they sent the inexperienced Zubac and veteran Michael Beasley back in the other direction. This has got to be one of the worst trades made by the Lakers and LeBron. Muscala struggled with the Lakers and left in the summer for OKC, while Beasley was waived by the Clippers, and the Lakers certainly wish they kept hold of Zubac. Ivica Zubac has turned into a starter for the Clippers, a mobile and reliable center on both ends on the floor, and found a home in LA, quickly after being traded away by the Lakers. After the underwhelming season, becoming the first time LeBron missed the playoffs since 2005, the 35-year-old LeBron's time was ticking, and LeBron made it clear that he needed more help, quickly, with another championship being the first thing on his mind. The young core they had around him was not good enough to contend with the best teams in the league, and after prolonged discussion, the Lakers made a massive trade to acquire Anthony Davis from the New Orleans Pelicans on June 15th. At the time, Davis was a six-time All-Star and one of the most dominant bigs in the league. Also being a part of Rich Paul's management, Clutch Sports, he was simultaneously looking for a way out of New Orleans, creating an inevitable duo, also the exact superstar LeBron was craving. And this move made one of the best partnerships in the league from day one. But naturally, the Lakers did have to give up a lot in this deal. Despite significant improvement shortly after the trade, Lonzo Ball hasn't looked like a huge miss for LA, with the former second overall pick struggling massively with injury over the last few years. As for Josh Hart, he's bounced around the league quite a bit, however has become a very good role player. Brandon Ingram proved the biggest loss for the Lakers since the trade, as it didn't take long for him to grow into an all-star with New Orleans since leaving the Lakers. As for the new Lakers duo, in just their first season together, LeBron and AD reached the NBA Finals in the bubble, before they beat the Miami Heat and added another championship to the Lakers' trophy cabinet, which was also LeBron's fourth ring. However, since then, the Lakers have not been back to the finals, with last year's conference final appearance being the furthest run since, with injury problems over the years seeing the pair not playing together as much as they would have liked. There are a few other pieces, including picks that the Lakers had to give up to acquire Anthony Davis. But considering they got a championship out of AD, you have to say that this has been a good move. None of the players LA traded away have turned into franchise players yet, with Ingram being the biggest loss. So it's fair to say this was a net win trade for the Lakers. Despite being the reigning champions, the Lakers still made some significant moves in the 2020 offseason. It began with the team acquiring a new starting point guard in Dennis Schroeder. As Schroeder seen as a fairly disposable asset off the bench with the Thunder, the Lakers did not have to give up a huge amount to bring him in. And this wasn't necessarily the worst move by the Lakers. Schroeder played good basketball as the Lakers returned to the playoffs as reigning champions, but there seemed to be a rift between him and the team, with Schroeder reportedly rejecting the Lakers' extension offer of a 4-year, $84 million deal to pursue a larger one as a free agent. Schroeder would eventually walk out the door in free agency after just a single season with the Lakers. As for Danny Green, after he was traded from the Lakers, he was traded again by the Thunder and the other player. In the deal ended up being the 28th pick in the 2020 NBA draft, which would turn out to be Jaden McDaniels, who has become a very promising young player with the Timberwolves. Despite the ring, the Lakers did not show much loyalty to the championship-winning squad of 2020. In the offseason, they decided to let go of JaVale McGee, who headed to the Cavs and is still in the league at the moment. The Lakers decided to move on from a solid rotational piece who had been a starter for the majority of the playoffs on the way to the title. In return, the Lakers ended up with very little. Former Golden State Warriors Jordan Bell was brought in, but waived in the days after the trade. Alfonso McKinney was the other player involved in the deal. He would play just 39 games for the Lakers, averaging less than 7 minutes a night before being waived in the following offseason. Considering how helpful JaVale was in the playoffs and how little the Lakers got back, it's another bad trade for LeBron and the Lakers. Since AD, the Lakers didn't make many huge trades, but during the 2021 offseason, things would change. To replace the outgoing Dennis Schroeder, the Lakers and LeGM arranged a 5-team trade to bring in Russell Westbrook from the Wizards. The package they sent away included Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, and Aaron Holiday. The former MVP hoped to become the missing piece for the Lakers. Skeptics wondered whether Russ would succeed in a third-option role alongside LeBron and AD, but the Lakers were not worried, adamant they could make things work with their new Big Three in LA. Well, the Big Three didn't work out well. The bright lights in LA coinciding with an aging Westbrook still demanding the ball like his younger self was not a recipe for success. This saw the Lakers miss the playoffs entirely in 2022, with significant injuries to AD and LeBron also playing a factor. In his second season with the Lakers, Russ would even begin coming off the bench. And it wouldn't be long until the Russ experiment in LA was over. The trade looks even worse when you look at all of the players the Lakers had to give up. Kyle Kuzma has flourished since leaving LA, while KCP was a crucial part of the Nuggets' 2023 title win. So it's fair to say, the Lakers certainly regret the Russell Westbrook experiment. As to acquiring another big man, the Lakers went with the veteran route when it came to trying to repeat their success. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Marc Gasol was one of the players the Lakers added. Things didn't really work out for Gasol in LA, as his age was starting to show. The trade was inevitable, as the Lakers had signed Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan in the summer. This ended up being Gasol's last opportunity in the NBA, as he was waived by the Grizzlies just 5 days after the trade. As for the Lakers' following move, after being part of the championship-winning Lakers, Rajon Rondo spent a season away. He returned in 2021 on a 1-year deal, but rarely featured for the Lakers. Clearly not part of the Lakers' plans, Rondo was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It is clear from this trade that the Lakers were not looking to get much value out of this trade. They only received the draft rights to Louis LeBerry, who was taken in the second round of 2014 and has stayed in Europe to play his basketball since that draft. The Lakers spent the majority of the 2022-23 season scrambling to find success. Before the season even started, they decided to add to their guard rotation. Despite having some famous battles with LeBron in his career, the Lakers still decided to bring in Patrick Beverley to help their defense. Having originally been part of the Timberwolves deal for Rudy Gobert, the Jazz were always looking to get rid of Beverley. He became the starter for the Lakers, but it did not create a huge amount of success. In fact, despite starting every game he featured in for the Lakers, Beverley was still traded away midway through the season. With Beverley lacking offensive contribution, along with his hot-headed demeanor, meaning LeBron and the Lakers didn't seem to want him long-term. While on the other end of this trade, the Lakers gave up Stanley Johnson and Talen Horton-Tucker, with Johnson soon waived by the Jazz, while THT is another young player who would be a nice rotation piece had the Lakers held on to him. Despite a few insignificant trades, the Lakers did have a successful trade midway through the season, shipping off Kendrick Nunn and some picks to the Washington Wizards for young forward Rui Hachimura. Since that trade, Hachimura has turned into an excellent rotation piece for the Lakers on both ends of the ball. Even in that season, Hachimura was used heavily in the rotation. He was often even given the difficult matchup of Nikola Jokic in the 2023 Western Conference Finals, performing as best as he possibly could. This season, Rui has improved on his efficiency and has even become a respectable three-point shooter. Considering he is just 26 years old, this is a great trade for both the present and future of the Lakers. As for Kendrick Nunn, he's a bullet dodged for the Lakers, as he is already out of the league due to consistent injuries seeing him off the court. Due to some questionable LeGM and front office decisions, the Lakers spent a lot of last season fixing prior mistakes. They needed to get rid of Russell Westbrook and his massive contract. Without giving up too much, LA and LeBron were able to bring in some crucial help and get rid of Russ. Trading away Russ saw the headline of this trade: D'Angelo Russell returned to LA, and he has been very good since landing back with the Lakers. Russell is a much better third option for the Lakers, as he is happy to play behind LeBron and Anthony Davis with an often backseat role. As for the secondary additions for LA, Malik Beasley may have started 14 games for the Lakers the season he was traded, but his minutes dropped massively in the playoffs and he was waived. While Jared Vanderbilt has been excellent since being traded to the Lakers and was rewarded with a 4-year extension in 2023. Certainly one of the better trades made by LeGM, fixing the damage of the Russ trade. With D'Lo now on the squad, there was no place for Patrick Beverley, where he was traded to the Orlando Magic. As part of the deal, the Lakers also sent Thomas Bryant to the Denver Nuggets, which certainly worked out well for Bryant. The Lakers did not get very much back in the trade at all. Mo Bamba was waived in the following offseason, having spent most of the second half of 2023 injured. Davon Reed was waived just 2 months after the trade and is now playing in the G League. Considering the output they got out of both Bryant and Beverley, that is a pretty disappointing package to get back. So overall, maybe LeBron James does not have a career in the front office ahead of him once he decides to retire, where he's potentially made more questionable trades than good ones with the Lakers so far. But still, the Lakers currently are on a hot run and have a decent squad, although championship hopes are still unlikely, sitting in the middle of the pack in the West, currently looking to come out of the play-ins at this stage. Anyways, that's it for every trade made by LeGM and the Lakers. What do you think about LeGM pulling the strings for the Lakers? Why not put your thoughts in the comments down below? And while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching SportsSphere, and we'll see you next time.